Good day, sir. I am Jantoni Flosero, and today I will be creating a video about my reflections and understandings about our midterm topics in protection of the marine environment, starting from MARPOL Annex 1 to MARPOL Annex 4. And let's start in MARPOL Annex 1. We know that this annex prevents the pollution of the oil on the sea. And what I have learned in this topic, I learned that this has applications and exceptions, like this is applicable to oil ships but not applicable if the oil tankers that were made or built before June 1, 1982. And this includes if they operate within their national waters, special areas, and designated limits set by different organizations. This also has service and certifications like initial service, renewal service, annual service, intermediate service, and additional service. Each certification is IOPP, or International Oil Prevention Certificate. It is issued to each new ship after inspecting its systems, fittings, structure, and machinery and equipment in compliance within the MARPOL regulations. Upon the true survey, all tankers above 150 GRT and other ships above 400 GRT are issued this certificate. It also has books of records like the oil record book, and record keeping on ship is important aspect of MARPOL regulations as it helps in proper compliance within the law. Under Annex 1, all oil tankers above 150 GRT or all ships above 400 GRT must carry oil record books. And next is the MARPOL Annex 2, or Regulation for Prevention of Oil by Noxious Substances in Bulk. My learnings about this subject are that I learned that it came into force on April 6, 1978. I also learned that it has categorization of NLS, or noxious liquid substances, where it is starting on Category X, Category Y, Category Z, and OS, or other substances. And Category X is a noxious liquid substance that is deemed to present a major hazard to either marine resources or human health, and therefore justifies the prohibition of discharge into the marine environment. And Category Y is a noxious liquid substance that is deemed to present a hazard to either marine resources or human health, or cause harm to amenities or legitimate uses of the sea. And Category Z are noxious liquid substances that are deemed to present a minor hazard to either marine resources or human health. And lastly is the OS, or the other substances. These are considered to present no harm to marine resources, human health, and amenities or other legitimate uses of the sea when discharged to the tank cleaning or deballasting operations. I also learned about the cargo record book, where it has all the records about the loading of the cargo, internal transfer of cargo, unloading cargo, and many more that are related to cargos. I also learned about the SMPEP, or Shipboard Marine Pollution Emergency Plan, where it states that every ship of 150 GRT and above is certified to carry NLS in bulk and must carry on board a SMPEP for noxious liquid substances that are approved by the administration. In Marpolonics 3, or Regulation for Prevention of Pollution by Harmful Substances Carried by Sea in Package Form, this was entered into force on July 1, 1992, and it contains regulations that includes requirements on packaging, marking, labeling, and documentation, stowage, and quantity limitations. It also aims to prevent pollution on the sea that may be caused by harmful substances that are in package form. It uses the IMDG code, which consists of 9 IMDG, and these are divided into classes starting in explosives, gases, flammable liquid, flammable solid, oxidizing substances, organic, peroxide, and toxic and infectious substance, radioactive materials, corrosive, and miscellaneous dangerous goods. I also learned in this topic about the marking and labeling of the package cargo and its proper procedure. And lastly, in Annex 4, the Regulation for Prevention of Pollution by Sewage from Ships. This MARPOL came into force on September 27, 2003. It introduces the requirements on how to control pollution on the sea by sewage. This has two categories, the black water and the gray water. And if combined, they are called wastewater. Black water is a waste that is generated from drainage and in other forms from toilets and urinals. And gray water is generated from drainage of cabin showers, baths, and wash basins drains. I also learned that the discharge of sewage into the sea is prohibited except when the ship has in operation an approved sewage treatment plant. And that's all my reflections, sir. Thank you for watching.